Hey everybody, Chad and Ashley, back again here for another episode of, what should we call this little series, Ashley?
I don't know.
The building our own campground series, I suppose. And it's a little messy in the bus, but let's step outside here, see what we've done. So I guess last time we kind of just showed you a little bit of the lot where we were. Whoop, stepped on some bubble wrap and briefly explained the plan. And we got a little more progress, working towards having utilities here on site. So we've still got the bus up in the driveway. It's probably going to be staying up towards the driveway here. I don't know, probably for like another month, honestly, until we really get hookups. We've found some contractors, and we know who we're going to use for everything. We found our well guy, we found our septic guy, and we'll share a little more about who they are once we kind of get them out here and get them working. And we're going to do most of the electrical ourselves. So I'll show you what we've got going on here. If you remember from the last video, we were calling this site number 1. It's the first one when you pull in from the driveway, come up the road, and turn onto this site here. And you can see a little bit of the electrical. Got some electric progress going on here. Got this ditch coming in the ground. Got a big coil of wire. That will be what we run between the meter and each campsite. Got our meter panel, I don't know what to call it, meter stand. I'll show you the meter, we just bought it, it's sitting over next to the bus. And we've got the conduit in the ground. They require 2.5-inch conduit, which is just insanely expensive. It was $6 a foot. Could never believe it was that much for 2.5-inch plastic pipe, but you can see we've got it buried. It's not underground yet, but we got it trenched and at least mostly buried. Coming all the way out here. And up to that power pole. And that's where we're gonna pull power into the lot. Cool little neighborhood. We've got these side-by-sides that seem to drive by all the time. Really makes us want to buy one. Show you a little bit of what the trenching looked like to get these holes going. That was a process, to say the least. All right, to give you a quick recap of the campground so you can get your bearings on where you are here. Driveway coming in behind me. Site 1. A little farther down the driveway. Site 2. And across from it. Oh, won't turn around. Site 3. Right here. And we got a bunch of the pipe on the ground. That'll be our underground plumbing. From the well's gonna go on the back of site 3. We're gonna run water lines coming up the side, over to site 2, and then tap it over to site 1 for the water. Septic is gonna be over here behind site 2, pretty much where this fire ring is right now. Septic tank will have tank underground here, drain field coming out. Septic will connect definitely to sites 1 and 2. Hopefully the septic guy tells us we can reach a pipe to site 3. He seemed to think we could, so we'll update you on that when the septic starts going in. And electrical is going to go to all the sites also. So let's go take a look at this electric box. That's what we just bought today, and I think I'm gonna attempt to get the box mounted on my little stand and see how far I can get that hooked up today. Got this little meter box here. Square D, it's for a 200 amp service. It's got like 8 spots to connect things. It should be just enough to hook up our 3 campsites. A little more progress here. Getting closer to sunset, and there's some kind of fly. I don't remember what I've heard people call them. Some kind of gnat or black fly. I don't know what they're called. Some kind of fly or gnat that comes out around sunset that just eats you alive out here. So I'm getting bitten up, so I'm not going to work for any longer tonight, but I'll show you what we've done just now. Got the box that I showed you earlier, just screwed on to the back of here, and I adjusted this a little bit so it lines up right with the screws on the back. Hopefully that conduit is lined up just right under the hole. Find that out tomorrow, but I think Ashley and I are going to come out here in the morning, get this thing straight. It's still very loose in the holes down there. So we're going to get it nice, straight, level. Hopefully wire some conduit, connect it up into the bottom of it there, and finish burying it, make it nice and stable. One more thing I'll show you real quick tonight is this wire I showed you before. It's going to be running from that box to some more boxes I'll show you. The power company brings in their own big cable to run from the pole out at the road to the meter. But I'll show you. So from the meter, we're going to run that wire to every single campsite. That wire is going to be buried underground. It's actually called a mobile home feeder wire, and it's good for 100 amps, and that's going to be more than enough to feed each campsite. We'll only need max like 50 amps at each site. And we're going to put these at each campsite. So these are GE RV panels. And if you've ever been to an RV park, you've probably seen these mounted on the poles. Open it up, it's got GFI, a 30 amp plug, and a 50 amp plug. And it comes with the breakers already installed, ready to go. So got 3 of those. One will be at each campsite. And I think that's going to be all the work we do for tonight. We'll catch up with you when we start working again. All right, a few days have passed. It's been quite rainy, but we've come over to our local gas station, Walter B's. You can see it. It's just a couple blocks away from us. And their gas price is actually pretty fair. I mean, no gas prices are fair right now, but they're pretty fair for as compared to the rest in the area. And they said we could fill up our water here because we have not gotten our well yet. Probably still a couple weeks out. Pretty dark under here, but you can see that our tank is filling. I'm not sure what you can see, but that's our water tank under the bed there. And we're letting in some water. We got it down to about, what, maybe like 8 gallons left? And that 8 gallons, or not 8 gallons, that we have a 100-gallon tank, so that like 92 gallons lasted us over a month, which was pretty impressive. I was pretty happy to get over a month out of that tank. And yeah, so we're filling up now. Hopefully we have a well by the time we need water again. And yeah, that's about it. This is a great little store. They got good deals on fresh meats and produce also. Their steaks and pork chops are actually really good. And maybe we'll run inside and grab some of those while we're here. And then we're gonna get back to the lot. And hopefully this rain breaks in the next few days here. All right, we have a lot update. Finally heard from our septic guy, and he is gonna make it out sometime in the next couple days here. He actually stopped by today, dropped off some equipment. He's got a little backhoe here. Tore up the driveway slightly getting it in, but that was expected. So septic is gonna be going very shortly here. It's been a while. The well is apparently still a couple weeks out. All right, it is finally time. Day 1 of the septic install. I think it's gonna be a couple day process here. But where's my shoes? We've got our hole dug for the tank at least, and I think the tank is going to be delivered very shortly here. Let's go take a peek at this big hole in the ground that we've got for the tank. We're parked out on the road so that they could get their equipment into the lot. Let's walk over and see this hole in the ground. What do you think, buddy? So this is gonna be for the drain field here. That connects to the septic tank, but the holes aren't dug for that yet. And here's the hole. Very deep, buddy, you better watch out. Buddy, no, get away from there. Tank's gonna go right there. That's site 1, this is site 2. Kind of right between the two sites, kind of more behind site 2 is where it's going. So we've got some progress.
Other exciting news?
Well, no, I'll show them that right now. In other exciting news, we have also gotten our gate. We've at least bought it, haven't installed it yet. Got a 16-foot gate to put in front of the property. That'll be going up in the next couple days here. And just in case I didn't show you before, I don't think I did, the progress on the electric. So we built the stand for it, and we've got it hooked up here, and we've got some pipes buried up to it. We got the conduit run underground all the way out to the road, meter box standing, and mostly buried with just a couple holes left here so the inspector can come and see that we actually buried the conduit deep enough. And then it goes. There's the second hole and right out to the road. So all right, it is now the following morning. We've got a few mosquitoes out right now. And the septic tank is in. The lines aren't run to all the sites yet. Just the tank and the drain field are installed, and it's currently a Saturday. Have to wait till Monday for the inspection, so it's gonna stay unburied for the inspector to look at it. And then on Monday, we're gonna get that inspection, and hopefully the rest of the pipes go in then. So we'll show you that on Monday. But I wanna give you a quick look at the tank. So I'm actually standing on top of the tank right now, and we've got the drain field out behind me. You can see it just connects in, and the water will spread out between these 4 pipes here and then soak into the ground. But it worked out well. The soil is very good here. A lot of sites this close to the beach here have a lower elevation, so the septic actually has to be raised on a hill above ground level, but we were very careful to pick a higher elevation out of the flood zone location where luckily, well, we didn't pick it for the septic, we picked it to not flood, but being able to have an actual below ground septic is a big benefit of being up this high. And I've got another couple updates for you here, which we'll get into them all in a minute in more detail. But real quickly, shed on the property, we'll tell you more details about what's going on with that. There's actually going to be 2 sheds, but more on that later. One of them is going to be really cool. And we got the septic installed. It's all underground here. We kind of got the fire pit back in place. We've got a picnic table that we're gonna have on the lot, and septic is all underground here. And at each site, you can see it pops up out of the ground. There, we got one clean out there, which I don't know if that one will ever be used. That was kind of just like an extra, kind of like a dump station, but we don't really need a dump station since there's gonna be one at every single site. We got another one here at this site, and I've dug it up because I'm trenching around it right now. And we got a big mess going on over here. So, funny story, after waiting for 6 weeks, very shortly after the septic guy, not even very shortly, as the septic guy was pulling off the lot to leave because he had just finished, the well guy arrived out of nowhere. He had told us he was still a couple weeks out and then called and said he's on his way. So well guy showed up, and we've got our well installed. So the well was kind of a frustrating story. So I guess there's 2 kinds of wells you can get here. There's a 4-inch well and a 2-inch well. The 4-inch has an in-ground submersible pump, and the 2-inch has an above-ground pump. And 4-inch is the nicer, more expensive well, and we wanted the 4-inch. We actually asked for the 4-inch, but when they were drilling, they ran into just a whole bunch of problems, and eventually came back and said we're not going to be able to do a 4-inch, but we could get a 2-inch in there, because I guess a pipe was stuck in the ground and they hit something they couldn't get through and broke something. I don't know. Long, annoying story. It took them over a week to drill the well. But anyways, it's now done, and we've got our well here. It is above ground, and I actually had them add this little manual pitch pump here, which here, I'll show you. It'll take me a second to get it primed. And there it is. We've got a little manual pump. So I added that, to be honest, mostly because I thought it was cool, but also because we're still a couple weeks away from having electric on the site. And until we have electric, we're not going to be able to run the main pump. And pretty much it gives us water for the next few weeks until we have the power hooked up. So, and also it's just, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. I've always thought those pumps were cool. So that's our well. It's in also. So we've almost got water. And today we're trenching. So we are gonna dig all of our holes for underground utilities, water and electric lines. So we're kind of just running this trencher here all over the site. Rented it from a local hardware store in town. And we're digging. Buddy's being a big help here. Right, buddy? And we're getting our holes dug all the way around between sites to run water lines and electric lines from the meter. And here's our little trencher right here. I'll take a quick shot of that thing running. And that is today's update. Making a lot of progress. Don't know if I mentioned 2 sheds. This is our other shed. Not quite as nice as the one over there, but this one is really just going to be kind of like a pump house to go and cover the well there to keep it protected. And just be a little extra storage. So let's get back to digging and get some utilities in the ground. Lots of action on site today. We are getting our roads, and they're dumping the first load of asphalt millings, which is basically crushed up old roadways, which is what we're gonna use for all our roads and campsites. Very noisy today. Got a campground update for you here. In the typical way we do things, you know, this is a huge time jump since last time we've talked. And if you take a look behind me, got our, I guess what we'll call the pump house shed installed. And you can peek inside and see. how we've got the well in here. Might be a little dark, but I could brighten it up. There's our well, and kind of just miscellaneous storage in here also. But where we're at is, I guess the lot is pretty much at a stage where I'm gonna call it done. It'll never really be done. We'll always be doing little updates here and there. But let's take a step out front real quick. Give you a little sneak preview of our paving and our roads through here. And we'll walk around to the front of the lot. So last time we talked, we were just digging trenches for all the underground utilities. Those are now all installed. Whew, it's very bright. The sun's just gonna set in an hour or two here. Take a step out front. You can come ahead, buddy. Gate is installed. We've got our roads paved. And it's a property. We got a couple little turkeys and chickens there. We'll tell you more about that next time. So I'm actually gonna wrap up this video here. We'll call this the progress video number 2, and we'll make campground video number 3 a little campground tour. So, buddy, come on in. Come on. So, give you the full tour next time. Since you made it all the way to the end of this video, I'll give a quick little, very quick little sneak preview of what we've got going on here. We're walking in. We've actually got sites now. Site number 1, that's where we've parked. We widened it a little bit. Ashley's car here, tell you more about that next time. That's on site 2, behind me, site 3. You could see, I'll show you, excuse me, buddy, show you the utilities on this site. It's a little bit of a mess, but we got electric, water, and sewer. Got something like that at every site. Little fire ring area. And shed number 2, I think it's a mess right now. Clean it up for the tour, but it's gonna be a bathroom. We've got the toilet installed, and then it's kind of a little bit of a mess in there. And on the back of the bathroom, we've got an awesome outdoor shower, which I can't wait to show you in detail. We'll just give you a quick peek right now of our little outdoor shower area. So that's gonna be it. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get this filmed, and then probably about a week after this one comes out, I'll put up the actual campground tour video and show you more what we've got going on here. But yeah, it's exciting to be finally, at least what we're gonna call, done with the campground. And we will catch up either next time, and I can't wait to show you more.